Welcome to your tour of the 2023 Winnebago Revel. And before I start, I just want to say thank you for choosing to rent with us on Outdoorsy or RV Share. My name is Adam Silva, and this is my 2023 Winnebago Revel. And we're going to do a quick walkthrough so that whenever you pick it up, you feel prepared to take the van and have a fantastic trip. So to do a quick walk around, this is the driver's side. One of the interesting things for this van is that you do have your fuel tank behind this little door. So this is your diesel cap right here, and you can close your door as you fill up. Moving down slightly, we get into our black water tank, and it's a cassette toilet. So you just put one finger here, one there, open it, and then this is your cassette toilet. And there's this little blue clip right there that you just lift up on, and then you pull it out. And the way that this works is that you pick the whole thing up, and then you'll go to wherever your dump station is. You'll pull out this little lever right here, unscrew the top, and then dump it. And then right here is your pressure release so that everything flows well. Then you'll pack everything back up, put it back in, and just slide, making sure that that blue clip is back down. For emptying your gray water, this is the connection right here, and you just pull that off. And then the other thing you have to do is come to the back of the van, and on the right side of the hitch there's a little compartment that has your hose in it. So you pull this hose out, come back over here, connect it, and then you just move this to wherever your dump is, and then you pull this out, and then everything will come flowing out. And then to pack up, it's the exact opposite. So you push that back in, put the cap back on, and then bring this back to a storage house. And one thing to note about this storage house is that the door doesn't close super easily all the time. So you have to make sure that this clip goes all the way down and just give it a tug. There have been a number of renters that have lost it on their way back. But going back over here to this side, that's everything to get rid of the black water and the gray water. The only other thing on this side is a little window just above the bed, as well as your shore power connection. And what happens for your shore power is you come to the back and you're in the garage area, and then right here is where all the shore power cables are stored, as well as a water filter, a hose for clean out, and a hose for filling up your water. And what happens is you take the end of this shore power wire, connect it into here, and then you screw it on. And then when you have power, all of this will be green, and then this will be white on the outside. And then this just plugs into whatever camp outlet you have. So this is 30 amp. However, we do have adapters for every other connection type as well. And those adapters are right here in the door. So we have a 50 amp adapter as well as a 110 adapter, and they both plug into this 30 amp output. And that's for if you have power. And if you are able to get power, I would recommend having power. But if you are boondocking, you do have 200 watts of solar up on the top, as well as a battery in the back here. Now, coming back to another essential is water. So this is where you fill up all of your water at. And for renting, there's only a couple things that are really important. It's this dry camping right here, and then the power fill tank. And how it works is you have these different configurations. So for dry camping, that is whenever you're using the van, boondocking, even if you're at a campsite, you can plug in and use city water, but I recommend that you just dry camp. So fill the tank up and then dry camp. And in order to dry camp, you set these valves to the proper configuration. But when you're filling the tank, you reset them to the power fill option. So you're gonna move the blue down to the left, or green down to the left, sorry, and then blue down. And then this is where you connect your water at. And when you're connecting your water, you wanna make sure that this gold piece is going into the van, because this is a pressure regulator, so that whatever city pressure is on doesn't harm the van. You'll plug this in, and then this will go to wherever your spigot is for your water source. And then you make sure to put your filter on first. We put the filter on this end so that we ensure that only filtered water goes through the hose as well. And then this end will go out to your spigot. And then to disconnect, do the exact opposite. And now that you've got water on the van, we can go back to dry camping by resetting it to that same configuration. So green goes up, blue goes out to the left, and now you're good to go. And then you can turn on your pump, and now you have water for the rest of the van. But we'll go ahead and cut that off for now. As well, right here we have our outdoor shower. So this is the hose for the outdoor shower. It connects via a pressure fitting, and then you have hot on your left and cold on your right. While we're back here, I'll also note that this is the bed, and right here on the bed you have this curtain that comes down. It's a blackout curtain as well as a mosquito net. So whenever you want to pull it down, just come up here, unhook the hooks, and then let it fall. And then you can pull the zippers down on both sides, and then here you can have access into the back of the van while everything is connected. And then on the inside, see these zippers right here that come down and around on both sides? Those are going to be for your mosquito net. And then you just pull these zippers down to seal everything. And then to roll it back up, you can also just roll it back up to half height. And this way that you still have more easy access to your garage space. And then you reduce the amount of light coming in. Or you can roll it back all the way up. And then you just clip it back into place. As well, there is some extra storage here and some more storage there. And then over here on the side, this is for your solar on and off. We don't need to worry about that one. This is an extra light for your garage space. And then these are USB outlets, and then an extra outlet for if you want to connect more solar if you are boondocking for a longer amount of time. In addition, we'll go ahead and leave this light on, but in addition to this back area, we also have this rigid box, and this will come with every single rental. So you've got a scraper in case you're going somewhere cold, a broom just to try and keep everything as clean in here as possible while you're on your trip. But inside this box you'll find a couple useful items. So there's 2 packs of gloves for whenever you're emptying any of the gray waste or the black waste, or for anything else you might need. There is an air down kit, as well as some tow ropes, some gloves, and a mini air compressor, as well as just some miscellaneous tools just in case something does happen and you need something quick. This also works well as a secondary seat, whether you're inside or outside of the van while you're kind of just hanging out. And then right here is our battery compartment, and we take these off just like that. And then back here we have both of our battery and our inverter. One of the most common issues with this van is that if it gets too hot inside of the cab, the van or the battery has a thermal switch on it. So what you need to do is come back and reset it. And I'll show you what that error looks like on the front, but your solar controller on the front will read an error 601B. And if that ever happens, you can come back here and you find this little blue light in the top right of the battery. You hold it down until it clicks. And now you just reset the entire house battery for the actual cabin of the van. The inverter you see is off. We actually control that from the front. But we'll put this back on for now, turn the latches, and now we'll walk back here under the bed into the main area of the van. Here is the main control panel, so as soon as you come in here, you want your light switches. Down is always the dimmer version, and then up is always the brightest version. And then these are for your bathroom. But first we're gonna look at the bed. Right now the key is turned off, turn it on, and then you just press the arrows for whichever direction you would like the bed to go. And the bed automatically drops down to whatever height. You can stop it at any height you prefer. I definitely recommend pulling it all the way down to the bottom, because once you do that, you will have a full length bed here, and then you have a window at the end if you want to open it for more of a breeze. You have a mosquito net here, as well as a privacy shade if you need it, and then some reading lights, although these reading lights are extremely bright, but they are here if you need them. While we're back here at the same time, we'll look at the AC. It is currently off, but this rectangular button is what you use to control the AC. And then the triangular buttons will set the temperature, but this will just set what setting you want it to be. I highly recommend it high cool, but we'll just turn that off for now. And in order to use your AC, your battery does have to be turned on, which, not your battery, but your inverter, which you can do right here by pressing this button. So now we have our inverter on, which means all of our outlets will work and we can get power to them. As well, right here we have our solar controller. Right now it's reading 13.2 volts. This is where you will see that error 601